every Monday I get calls from for sailors, you know, complaining that they didn't do well, you know. I got to tell them, listen, this is a tough fleet. You have to give, a lot of people come with expectation that they're going to be good in 6 months, and that's not going to happen because you have to train a crew and you have to train yourself. Even good sailors. I got good sailors come. Say, oh, I was a champion here, I was a champion there. I always try to say, look, do me a favor and put your expectation on a 2-year, 3-year term. Because you cannot jump on a snipe and, and sailing only once a month, be a good sailor and have a good crew in 6 months. That's not going to happen. You have to be a good helmsman. You have to have a feeling. You have to have tactics too, and you have to know what you're doing and how to do it. And so it's a team. You have to have 2 good people on board. Just one good and somebody who doesn't know much doesn't work. I was like all these guys, yelling to my crew and demanding to my crew until I sailed with my daughter. When I started sailing with my daughter, I started treating her the same thing I treated all the crews. And she said to me, that was in the early 80s, she said, hey Dad, if you yell at me one more, I'm going to jump in the water and swim to the shore. And you're not going to see me anymore on the snipe. So then I stopped right there. And this is a good advice for anybody who is in this situation. You have to stop and see what is more important, to keep your daughter or son as a crew or win regattas, which is more important. And then, so I stopped right there, and what I did worked beautiful. I said, okay, Gonzalo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sail with my daughter, and I don't want to win the race. I just want to treat her right. Teach her, treat her right, and before I knew it, we were winning races. And from then, I changed. And the people tell me, oh, you're very nice on board. That I learned from my daughter, Anna. We went to the regattas, always the whole family. My 3 children, my wife, my mother, and I, we traveled in that little Falcon, 2,500 miles to California, So, and we went with one boat and came back with a Chubasco on top of my boat. If anything we have to credit Carmen is that she has the best endurance on the wheel. Because I get sleepy, Augie gets sleepy, but you put Carmen on the wheel and she can. I remember when we used to go to California, all this long highway regattas, long distance regatta. Carmen will take the worst shift. She'll take the 1 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning shift, and she had an endurance unbelievable for that kind of driving. I sold Augie from the dock because Jerry Thompson was on his boat. I'm looking for a crew. I said, well, here's Augie. You got it. Yeah, I said, I got him. Augie's sailing with me. From the dock, he was anchored out there. And he sailed with Augie as a crew. And he was super impressed because Augie, at that time, he was maybe, let me see, 66. He was 11 years old, 10 or 11 he was. And he was already a very aggressive kid on the boat. He was super aggressive. He wanted to win